Hello everyone and welcome back to Stray FC. Do hit the like button, please. I don't want to say this, but do hit the like button and please subscribe if you haven't. It means a lot to me. And today is the time to discuss what are the five things Chelsea can do next season to get back on track and try at least a top four finish or at least a decent season and not a 12th. So, what are the five things Chelsea can do to get here? But before I start, do put your five things as well so we can have opinions and we can understand what each of us think that Chelsea should do to get back on track. Number one thing for me is the most easiest thing we all know, and that is revamp the midfield. Because even it's not just to do with Kovacic going to Manchester City, Kante leaving the club on a free, Mount going and everything. Chelsea's midfield was an issue last season. Kova, I love Kova, but Kova was pathetic last season. N'Golo Kante played well, but only played like 5 or 6 games in the whole season. You go towards Mason Mount, he was injured, but again, attackingly, defensively, where is the number 6 for Chelsea? Where is the CDM for Chelsea? When have we had a CDM with Nemanja Matic? No one. When we had Cesc Fabregas, did we replace him? No. Our midfield has been an issue for many years, and since the title victory of Matic, Fabregas, Kante being there, we haven't done anything of note in terms of midfield, and now it's time to improve the midfield. And with especially Kovacic, Kante, Mount going, it's time to revamp the midfield and revamp correctly. I don't want a disaster of Bakayoko during one window. A player like Caicedo, a player like Lavia. We have already signed attacking midfielders in terms of Chukwuemeka. We still have a player like Andre Santos. We still have a very physical player who can play in the midfield in Casadei. It's time to back these players and it's time to partner them with a proper stadium. We already have Enzo Fernandez. If we can have Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo Fernandez for the next season, and then young guys like Andre Santos, Chukwuemeka, and Casadei, and we don't sign anyone else, we have a very good midfield for the future and the present. And I think in the future we can effortlessly, easily play 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, rotating these players. And it's time for Chelsea to revamp the midfield. Because again, if next season we don't have a CDM, we're going to be destroyed in the transition under an attacking manager in Pochettino. We need to improve it. Pochettino at Tottenham used to have Wanyama in the midfield, Eric Dyer sometimes playing as a CDM, Musa Dembele, one of the most underrated midfielders we'll see. And I think we need proper midfielders if we want to play Pochettino's high-pressing football. And that brings me to number second, that is a shot squad. There was a disaster at Chelsea where did not even have players fit to be in a dressing room. You had to make a different dressing room or players had to sit outside. That is a disaster. We have to do it, we have to correct it, and I think the board is doing that. You cannot have a 40-man squad for playing just 45 games a season, especially next season. And it's time for Chelsea to do that, and Todd Boehly is already doing that. We are selling Sadly Mason, Kai is going, you've got N'Golo Kante who's left on a free, Mendy is going, Koulibaly is going. You've also got in terms of Ziyech going. So there's so many players that are going to leave the club, and I think the club has rectified it. We cannot have more than 23-man squad next season. Otherwise, it's going to be total acceleration for Pochettino. He has to make everyone happy, and there's going to be unhappiness in the dressing room. That is the thing Chelsea need to do correctly to get back on a track, happiness in the training ground, and I think Todd Boehly and the new staff are doing that. Now that brings me to number 3 point, that is adding some experience. Now, it's all well and good building a young side, Chukwuemeka, Andre Santos, Casadei, it's all well and good. It's nice. Madueke, Mudryk, very silky, good players to watch. Nicholas Jackson has watched him, a very talented guy. David Fofana is still very raw, but can be improved. Broha, just before that injury, was so good and had Premier League experience. You go to Caicedo, he's 1 year experience in Premier League and he's a very good player. Enzo is just, oh my god, one of the best midfielders in the world, but again, we just don't have that regular experience in the team. Aspie might be going as well. Wesley Fofana is young. Levy Colwill is young. Only Thiago Silva is experienced one. And somewhat Kepa, who you cannot classify in that. I know I'm not demanding much. But I think if especially, let's say, David Fofana is going on loan. There's a Broha injury concern because of the injury he had or how he quickly recovers. Isn't a bad thing to go for a player like Mitrovic or a Premier League experienced striker. I wanted us to go for Firmino, but that's not going to happen. And I think in some position at least we need to add some experience. Experience doesn't mean a 30-year-old, 28-year-old. You can have a 23-year-old experienced player, but we do need some experience in the squad. We at least need to try a top 7, top 6 finish next season. We need 65, 70 points, and it's not just going to gel with young players. You need at least some experience in the squad with Mason going, Kai going, Kova going, Kante going. That's already lost. So it's important for Chelsea to just do that. Otherwise, you have to give the young players time to gel and mature. Now coming on to another point, that is trusting Pochettino. We are a very happy club in the managers, but also very sad happy club in managers. Last season we sacked Tuchel, we sacked Potter, Bruno was appointed interim but then went away, and then Frank came. 4 managers in a season, that is a disaster. Under Roman, we all know how many managers we used to sack and appoint, winning culture, everything. But now the time is over, and it's time for Chelsea to back a manager. Pochettino is a way better manager, no disrespect to Graham Potter. He knows how to build a project, he knows how to work in these situations with the young players, but it's just not going to happen instantly. It doesn't mean he's going to be 12th or something, but we could easily be 8th next season, 7th next season. So it's important for the fans to back Pochettino, put that Tottenham thing aside, and it's important for the club to back Pochettino, give him a short squad, and if you're giving him so many young players, you have to allow him time to gel them and give him enough time. I can guarantee you Pochettino is one of the best managers in the world in terms of young players to bring us back to the path we need, and then we'll see what happens. And that brings me to the final point, that is scouted signings, and that is a way to go for Chelsea. And we are already doing the transfer market. We are a club that whenever we have a bad season, we just go, either we get it things right, but because of the money we just put it there, or we just go there and we get disasters like we had when we won the Premier League, Bakayoko, Drinkwater and everything. We are just not a well-run club, but I think under this ownership, in these terms, we are improving. I think we need to go there and work on scouted signings. We aren't the Chelsea they used to be. Arsenal right now, in terms as a club, are more attractive than us. They just finished second. They have so many good youngsters. They have a more higher ceiling right now than us. You go towards Manchester United with a Qatari ownership possible. They are more attractive. There's not even a comparison. You go towards Manchester City, the best run club in the world. You go towards Liverpool right now. We're one of the best managers in the world. Goal scorers. They're a much more accustomed club than us, much more settled club than us. And Newcastle have settled goal scorers. They have a very good defense. So Chelsea need to do a lot to get back on track. And that is why it's important to sign the players in terms of scouting. Now, if you see Badiashile, nobody would have known about him before we signed him. But what a top player he has been for us. This is the way Chelsea need to go. We don't need to go there and be everyone's like cash earning team and just go there and pay 80 million for a centre back when we can get a Badiashile. We play like Enzo Fernandez, you even pay 100 million, pay it. That is one of the best midfielder in the world. Now, you just put Enzo Fernandez aside, Badiashile, scouted signing, has really played well. Madueke has shown the sign of brilliance. Mudryk is raw, but he has shown the talent. Nicholas Jackson, for me, is a very talented kid. Chukwuemeka has shown a lot of promise. Now, if we can make scouted signings, but also make experienced scouted signings, I think the club can go in a very good way. See, it's not going to be like Chelsea's immediately going to be number one team next season or a number two or number three. We can be fifth, we can be seventh, we can be sixth. But it's important that after this season, we are again in challenging for the titles, winning trophies, and it's important for a club to go there, sign players who suit the Pochettino system, and that is the way we're going to get back. This is important for the club, important for the new staff, and I hope they do that. It's time to change Chelsea, not the culture, but get scouted signings, make them part of the project, tell them in the future we have these plans and get them part of it. You just cannot go and sign winning players. We aren't going to win anything immediately, but you also can't just eliminate the culture and say next 6 years we're not going to finish anything. Go for scouted signing who suit your system. It doesn't matter 25 years of age, 27, 21, 20, and build a balanced squad. These are the things Chelsea need to do, in my opinion, to be at a stable position next season. And they're already working on a lot of things, and hopefully we do it more and we are back. Up the Blues. Please, people who watch, it doesn't take much, do hit the like and subscribe, and please people to put your opinion in the comment section. Thank you. Hoping everyone has a great day. Thank you.